Going to be a deeper problem. But I think the real issue for me here, when I look at Brother Trump's eyes and hearts and minds and souls, I see a weariness. He's very beleaguered. He's tired. You see, even gangsters run out of gas sometime.
Now, if you haven't seen this video, I'm going to post it to my page so you can actually watch the video by itself. It's Cornel West describing his kind of view of Trump, which I think is very accurate. And I think one thing I took from that is, like I've often said as well, like Trump's second term is motivated a lot by revenge, which I guess he's rightly aggrieved in some instances that Democrats did do a lot of basically illegal things to try and stop him getting elected. And so now he's elected, he feels like he has to kind of pay them back and watch what we're going to do back to you. Then the other aspect of that is the performative cruelty. And in fact, I'd say one rule of thumb of how to understand actual policy, maybe even rhetoric in Trump's second term is that it's either performative cruelty or like one of I butchered that. Basically, it's either performative or performative cruelty. So like it's either performative in rhetoric or performative and cruel in like actual execution of policy. So for example, the idea that okay, we had so many people coming over the southern border when Biden was in office, we have to look tough on immigration. Okay, performative, a lot of rhetoric about it, but then cruel, trying to snatch up people that have not done anything, just arbitrary detention of people, ramming into people, snatching them with, hooded people and people that are covering their faces. That's the performative cruel element. The whole idea about Venezuela, performative cruelty, performative in the sense of like we're sending warships there and all that kind of stuff trying to overthrow the government. Obviously, it's just cruel in the sense that we're destroying the country and want to loot their resources. So you can always understand it in this kind of way, which obviously then leads you to understand that there's nothing he's doing for any actual rhyme or reason. Even the tariffs is like, oh, we're being ripped off by all these countries, so we're going to make life harder for our own citizens. Performative in the sense of like you look like you're being tough by putting tariffs on these countries and stuff. But then I guess the cruel element of that is like your farmers are actually getting, bearing the brunt of it. So it kind of leaves you wondering like, what's the actual policy that's meant to be designed to help people? I promise you, the actual human beings that voted for him, like Americans, they're not Trump's primary constituency. Trump's primary constituency is obviously largely himself because he's a narcissist, but then also his enemies, the people in the media that he felt was wronged them, the CNNs, the Democrats, and those kind of people. Those are the people he's completely after. In fact, all the kind of other policy things you see around like immigration or tariffs and stuff like that is almost exclusively led by people around him. Like immigration is probably Stephen Miller. The tariffs and stuff are probably just the guys he put in charge of that who have a bizarre economic view of the world.